Hi everyone, this is William. Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be going through the paper from Anglo-Chinese primary school. Today the paper we're gonna do is from primary 5. This is the exam from their first semester. Okay, so before we started, I would suggest you to download the paper. I'll put a link at the bottom, and then I'll suggest you to download the paper. Try to do it by yourself, and then we can go through the paper together one by one, and then I will show you how to get 100%. Okay, and then also if you support what I'm doing here in the channel, please give me a like, subscribe the channel, and also share the video to more people who might need it. All right, let's get started. Let's move to question 1. There is a formula here. There is a number 4,872 equals to, you can see the question try to break up the number into different set of numbers. So the number is 4872, which is 4,872. And you can see here they already have 4,000, and then 70, and then 2. So the missing number is the 8, which is 800. So the answer is 3. Okay, so this should be quite straightforward. Okay, let's move on to question 2. A number has digit 3 in the ones place and the thousands place, and then digit 1 in the hundred thousands place. Okay, so let's mark out the place here. Okay, so it says the number have digit 3 in ones place here, and then in thousands place. So this is 1, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So thousands place here, and then digit 1 in the 100,000. So 100,000 is here. Okay, and then all the other number you fill in with 0. So the answer is 103003, which is option number 3. Okay, let's move on to question 3. Express 15/8 as a decimal. Okay, so basically if you want to change any fraction to decimal, there are two ways of doing this. One is that you change the denominator, which is the bottom of the fraction, to either 10, 100, or 1000. In this case, you could divide the number directly, because the fraction also means the division from the top number to the bottom number. Okay, so let's do the division here. 15 divided by 8. Okay, so it's 1, which is 8, then 7, then you put a decimal point here, and then you fill in with a 0. So which is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Then remain by 6. Then you put another 0. Which the next one is 7. 8 times 7, which is 56. Then remainder is 4. You put another 0. Then this is 5. 8 times 5 is equal to 0. Then it's fully divided. So 15/8. If you put in as a fraction, if you put in as a decimal, a number with the decimals, then the answer is 1.875, which is option number 4. Okay, let me rub this off. Let's move on to the next question. How many ninths are there in 1 and 2/3? Okay, so ninth meaning 1/9. Okay, how many ninths are there in 1/2 and 1 and 2/3? Okay, so basically you need to convert 1 and 2/3 into fraction which have a 9 at the bottom, so you can see how many of it are there. So you took 1, 2/3, you make into a I don't know what you call it, improper number or improper fraction, but basically you can took the 1 times by 3 plus 2, which equals to 5/3, and then basically you are looking for to convert the bottom to 9, because the question is asking for how many ninths are there. So 3 converts to 9, you need to times by 3. So whatever you do to the bottom, you need to do the same to the top. So 5 times 3 equal to 15. So you can convert the mixed fraction to 15 over 9. And how many 9s are there? 15 over 9 is a 15 of 9th there. So I think it's quite straightforward. You can tell it's totally 15 of them. So the answer is 4. Let's move on to next question. Question 5. The area of the rectangle is 48 centimeters square. The length is 8 centimeter. And what is the perimeter? Okay. So if you know the area is 48 and then the length is 8. So how do you calculate the area for the rectangle? Basically, you take the length times the width. Okay. So 8 times 6 equal to 48. So the width of the rectangle is 6. Then how do you calculate the perimeter? The perimeter basically is you took the length plus the width and then you times by 2. So A plus 6 equals to 14, and then 14 times 2 is equal to 28. So the answer is 2. Okay. Quite straightforward, but you need to know how to convert from area to the length and the width, and then you need to know how to add them together and calculate the perimeter. Okay, so that should be quite straightforward. Let's move on to question 6. Julie attended her piano lesson in the afternoon. The lesson lasted for 1 hour 15 minutes and it ended at 3 o'clock. Okay, ended at 1500 hour. At what time did the piano lesson started? Okay, so if the lesson ended at 1500, that means if you want to find out when does it started, then you need to work backwards. So basically 15 hour, then you need to minus the duration of the class, which is 1 hour 15 minutes. So when you are doing the calculation of the time, remember for the minutes, the 0 need to minus 15, which is impossible, so you need to borrow some time. But this is different to the normal subtraction. When you are borrowing the time, remember, you need to borrow the whole hour, and then it will equal to 60 minutes. Okay, so 60 minus 15 equal to 45, and then 14 hours minus 1, which is 13 hours. So when does the piano lesson started? It's starting from 13 hours 45 minutes. So the answer is 2. Okay, so the tricky part is when you are doing the calculation for hours, don't, if there's not enough number, don't borrow from, like what you did for normal subtraction. Always borrow the whole hour, and then remember 1 hour is not 100 minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So remember to borrow the whole hour and then do the calculation together for the minutes. Okay, let's move on to question 7. ABCD is a rectangle. CD equals to 12, which is marked on the diagram. BC is 5 centimeter, which is also marked there, and then AE is 1 centimeter. What is the area of triangle BDE? Okay, so how do you calculate the area of the triangle? You take the base, multiply by the height, and then you divide by 2. Okay. So the tricky part, there are two ways of doing this. One is if you will be able to tell what are the base of the triangle. In this case, the base was DE here. And then what is the height? Height is from the top of the triangle and then to the bottom of the triangle, which is extended in such a way here. So actually, the height is here, which is AB. So how to calculate the area is you took the base, which is DE. So what's the length of DE? If a BC is 5, AE is 1, then DE equals to, so I think it's quite straightforward, it's 4. And then AB is the height. So what's AB? AB is the same as CD, which is 12. So the area will be 4 times 12 times half equals to 4 times 12 is 48, and then times by half, which means divided by 2, so it's 24. So the answer is 1. There is another way of doing this, which is a long route, because if you calculate the area of triangle ABCD, how to calculate that? It's the length times width. So 12 times by 5 equals to 60. Then you could take out the two white triangle. Then you will also be able to calculate the area. So for example, the first triangle is BCD. So how to calculate that? The base is 12 times by the height and times by half. So 12 times 5 is 60 times half equal to 30. And the other triangle is triangle ABE. So the area is the base, which is 1, times the height, which is AB, is 12. Then you times half. So 1 times 12 is 12, and then you times by half, which is 6. And then you took the area of the total rectangle, which is ABCD, which is 60, minus 30, and then you minus 6. If you do the calculation, you will also find out, it will also give you the same answer, which is 24. So there are two ways of doing this. The second way is, if you won't be able to tell what's the base and what's the height of the triangle directly, but if you turn the paper, by 90 degrees, it could be a bit easier for you to see the base and also the height of the triangle. But the other way can help you to, it's another way to calculate, and you will find the same answer anyway. So this can also be a good way to check if you get the answer correctly. Okay, so let's move on to question 8. Okay, question 8. The line graph shows the number of books sold in the in the bookstore for the past 5 months, from January to May. So on the left hand side, you can see the number of the books for each month, and then the line shows for the number of the books sold in each of the months. So right now we write down the number at the bottom first, so it's a bit easier to answer the following question. So January we sold 400, February was 500, March is 600, April is 100, and then May is 200. So it should be quite straightforward. You read the dot to the left, and then you will be able to see what is the corresponding number. So which of the 2 months sold a total of 900 books? Okay, so let's have a look on the option directly. March and May. March is 600, May is 200. So totally that's 800 for first option. Second option, March and April. March 600, April 100. So totally is 700. Third one, February and May. February is 500, May 200. So totally 700. Then the last one, January and February. So January is 400, February is 500. So altogether is 900. So the question is asking for which 2 months add up to 900. So the answer is 4. Okay. Let's move on to question 9. Which of the following figure has only one line of symmetry? Okay, remember the line of symmetry meaning if you draw a line, then either side of the picture will look identical, versus to the line of symmetry. Okay, so let's have a look on how many lines of symmetry are there in each of the graph. So for picture A, it has a line of symmetry here. For picture B, there is 2 lines of symmetry. One is here, the other one is here. For picture C, for diagram C, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then for picture D, there is nothing because it's not really symmetrical. Okay, so the question is asking which figure has only one line of symmetry. So the answer is A, which is 1. Let's move on to question 10. What is the missing number in the boxes? So this is a ratio question. So for ratio question, how do you do the calculation? So the question is 14 versus 21 equal to 6 versus something. So basically you took the inside number and you took the outside number together. So 21 times 6 equal to 14 times square. Okay, so 21 times 6 is 6, 12, 14 times square. So square is 126 divided by 14, which is 9. Yeah. Okay. So square is 9. So the answer is 3. Yeah, it could be a little bit tricky to do straight away. Another way of doing this is you simplify the ratio on the left hand side first, and you can see both of them have a multiple of 7, so you can simplify by 7, which is 2 versus 3, and then you could do the same thing. And so again, you took something like this, so 3 times 6 equal to 2 times the box, 3 times 6 equals to 18, 2 times the square. And then same thing, 2 times something equal to 18, so the square equals to 9. Yeah, so the answer is 3. So it just depends on how good you are with the division and the multiplication, but the answer will be the same anyway. Okay, so let's move on to next question. Question 11. The cost of 2 wallets and 2 bags is 192, and 1 bag equals 3 times as much as a wallet. So means 1 bag is, you can consider 1 bag as 3 wallets. So what is the cost of a bag? Okay, so 2, let's say if W is the wallet, 2W plus 2B as a bag is 192. Okay, but 1 bag equal to 3 wallets, right? So if 1 bag equals 3 wallets, then 2 bag can be 6 wallets, right? Then if 2 bag equal to 6 wallets, then you can consider the first line. Then 2 wallets plus 2 bag, which equal to 6 wallets, equals to 192. Okay, so the change is mainly from here. 2 bag equal to 6 wallets. So I can rewrite 2 bag equal to 6 wallets. Okay, so sorry, let me change to the original color. So totally is 8 wallets equal to 192, and then if you do the division, you can tell it's 1 wallet is 24. So if 1 wallet is 24, the question is asking for the cost of the bag. The cost of the bag equal to 3 wallets, which means 3 times 24 equal to 72. So the answer is 3. Okay, so if you didn't get it, you can go back to the video and then just listen to the question again, but actually it's quite straightforward. I skipped some of the calculation, but if you follow the lines, it should be quite straightforward. Okay, or you can take a pause and think about it. Okay, let's move on to question 12. For every 25 buttons Mrs. Wang paid for at the shop, she received 5 buttons for free. Okay, so that means for every 30 button, pay for 25, right? She paid for 25, she get 5 for free, which means she gets 30. Okay, now she says Mrs. Wang got 480 buttons. Then how much did she pay for? Okay, so you can do this as a ratio, or it's quite straightforward actually. So 30 button, pay for 25. Then she got 480 button. Then how much did she pay for? Right. So you can simplify this, or you can actually tell from here to here, from 30 to 480, you times by 16. Yeah, you can take 480 and divide by 30, which is 16. So the 25 also need to times by 16. So 25 times 16 equals to 400. Yeah, you can do the calculation by yourself, but you will get the answer, which is 400. So how much did she pay for? She paid for 400 buttons, which answer is 4. Okay. Let's move on to question 13. 1/3 of the bits in a box are blue. 1/6 of the remainder. Okay, be careful. This is always a very key word. 1/6 of the remainder are yellow bits, and then the rest are red beads. What fraction of the beads are red? Okay, let's draw a picture. Let's draw a diagram for this. So 1/3. One-third of the total beads is blue. So if this is 1/3, which means here are 2/3, right? So 2/3 is the remainder. So within the remainder, 1/6 is yellow, and the rest is blue. So which means if this is 1/6, then this part is 5 out of 6 is red. So she is asking, what's the total fraction? So the total fraction is the fraction of the red is 5/6 from the 2/3. So you just actually multiply them together, then it will give you the answer of the fraction, which is you can simplify this here. So then you multiply the bottom, which is 9, and then you multiply the top, which is 5. So the answer is 5 out of 9. So the answer is 3. Okay. So basically, what you need to do is, if in order to help you to think, you need to draw the picture. So 1/3 is blue, then the remaining is 2/3, and within the 2/3, then you draw another picture. Within the remaining 1/6 is yellow, and then that means 5/6 is red. So 5/6 is red, but it's only within the 2/3. But so the question is asking what is the fraction for the whole thing. So you need to take 5/6, which is the fraction of the red, but it's only from the 2/3. So you need to multiply them together. Then it will give you what's the fraction of the red. If you consider the total beads. So the answer is 5 out of 9. Okay, this is a very, very common question. Normally, it's very easy to go wrong, but I think you need to be able to master this kind of question. There are many ways to ask questions like this, and then we probably will see more of this kind of question. If you don't understand this one, do let me know, and then I will shoot another video which focus on this kind of question, because I've seen a lot of these questions coming up on primary 5 exams. Okay. Moving to question 14. Yen was facing northwest at first. So the north is here. Sorry, let me redo this again. Here is west, here is north, so south is here, west is here, east is here. So northwest is here, northwest. Through what angle must Yen turn in a clockwise direction to face east? So she need to turn, Yen need to turn clockwise. Clockwise meaning this direction. Okay, so he want to face east at the end. Okay, so Yen need to turn from northwest to north is 45 degree. Okay, and then from north to east is 90 degree. Okay, so if you add them together, total is 135. So the answer is 2. Okay, so the tricky part is you need to know which direction to turn and where is he facing originally, and you will know from east to west. I mean from north to east or north to west. Every quadrant is a 90 degree. So when there is a northeast or northwest or northwest or southeast or southwest, when there's a half of the angle, that's a very straightforward. It's 45 degree. So right angle is 90 degree. Half of the right angle is 45 degrees. Okay. So let's move on to that's the last question. Question 15. Linda and Mike have a total of $92. Linda has $36. What is the ratio amount of money Linda had to the total amount to the amount of money that Mike had? Okay, so total Linda has 36, and then total they have 92. So 92 minus 36 equals to 56. So that's Mike's money. And now they were asking for what is the ratio of Linda's money versus Mike's money. Okay, so Linda's money is 36, Mike's money is 56. and you can simplify this. Both of them are the multiple of 2, so you can divide by 2, which is 18 versus 28. You can simplify again. Both of them are still multiply of 2, so 18 divided by 2 equals to 9. 28 divided by 2 is 14. So the answer is 9 to 14, which is 2. Okay, so that's the end of booklet A, and then I will show another video for booklet B and also the second paper. Okay, but I think the question is pretty straightforward. There should be no reason why you cannot get 100% for these parts of the paper. I do believe question 13 is a little bit tricky, and then as I said, please do pay more attention and do more exercise or practice on this kind of question. We will see more in the other school's paper as well. Okay, so this will be the end of the paper. If you like the video, please do give me a thumb up, give me a like, do subscribe to the channel, and also help to share the video. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thank you.